Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode here at the Debate Circle. We are in the Nyanza region, and we cannot wait to crown the winners of this particular region. Joining us today, we have Nyambaria High School and Kanga High School. And the motion of dissection reads, parents and guardians should hold more blame for financial illiteracy than our education system. I'll read the motion of dissection again. Parents and guardians should hold more blame for financial illiteracy than our education system. All the best to both teams. Team proposition first speaker, you have 3 minutes.
Alan Greenspan once said, the number one problem in today's generation and economy is the lack of financial literacy. Eli Jr. of the mighty Nyambaria High School here to vehemently propose the motion that states parents and guardians should hold more blame for financial illiteracy than our education system. Now, before I begin implanting our ideologies in you, let's first get to know what's what in this motion. Who is a parent? A parent is a person who begets or brings forth offspring. What is blame? Blame is to feel or declare that somebody or something is responsible for a fault or a wrong. What is financial illiteracy? Financial illiteracy is the inability to have cognitive understanding of financial components and skills such as budgeting, borrowing, and proper personal financial management. So, what is the importance of financial literacy? Financial literacy can help individuals reach their goals. By better understanding how to make a budget and save money, individuals can create plans that define expectations, hold them accountable to their finances, and set a course for achieving good financial goals in the future. So why are parents and guardians to blame? Parents and guardians do not involve their children in financial-based activities such as making a family budget. Why don't parents involve their children in these activities? Well, they claim that they do not have enough time due to overindulgence in their personal activities, or they do not have enough knowledge to pass on to their kids about proper financial management. So how can we correct this? Research by NEFE, National Endowment of Financial Education, suggests that practical experience provided by parents significantly helps children to have financial knowledge in order to make plans that are sound. George Evans once said, every child can learn, just not on the same day or in the same way. From this, we understand that every child should be exposed to financial education properly in order to be financially fit in the real world and to make financially fit decisions. I rest my case.
Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon to change the world, and the time is now. Well, education is the passport to tie the future for tomorrow, which belongs to those who prepare for it today. I want to say, standing before you is Marita Teddy Ogoro, a student from Kanga School. What is financial illiteracy? Who are our parents? Who are our guardians? Financial illiteracy signifies the lack of financial knowledge and skills for making informed decisions. The crux of our debate today hinges on who bears more blame or who bears the greater responsibility. It is our education system. It is our education system. The education system in Kenya and globally plays a crucial role in providing formal education or the formal financial education to all the students. While parental influence is significant not only to children to receive consistent financial guidance at home, underscoring the importance of the structured education system in schools, should the education system bear responsibility for ensuring the students receive adequate financial literacy education regardless of parental influence? Really? I want to say, not all parents possess the knowledge or resources to effectively teach financial literacy. No. In economically disadvantaged backgrounds, parents may struggle with their own financial literacy, making it challenging to impart the knowledge to their children. I want to say, brothers and sisters, that we stand with the brink of a financial revolution where the capacity to manage money can spell the difference between prosperity and poverty. It is not good. Look at the current curriculum in Kenya, where we are all aimed at integrating financial literacy into our schools. The progressive steps underscores the vital role of the education system in shaping the vital role of the financially saving individuals. I want to ask, if our schools fail to provide comprehensive financial education, are we not setting up future generations to a failure? Are we? Indeed, it is imperative to recognize that the structured, systematic approach to our education system is better equipped to deliver consistent, accurate, and comprehensive financial education. Parents and guardians, despite their best intentions, let me rest at that. Asanteni sana.
The fact that you claim that parents lack the finance to take their students to good school to receive that quality education means that the parents have failed. In the process, the students fail. You also asked about the scores about the student and how they affect their financial status. Research says, by the Student Affairs of Nations, say that when this student has been affected, the parent can play a big role in coming back to help the student to go to where the grades that he or she wanted. So when the parent has failed, the student has automatically failed. Franklin Uganda, representing the great Nyambaria School. I'd like to stand and propose the motion that parents and guardians should have more blame for the financial illiteracy than our education system. So these parents who are to blame, they do not provide that supplementary education at home to lead this child in receiving the financial literacy that the child deserves. You see, in our society, we must agree that there is more emphasis on academic excellence than on the financial excellence in terms of literacy. You see, parents don't use their tools, their allowances, like family discussions and financial topics to teach their children the skills that they require in financial management. We have budgeting, saving, and responsible spending. So H.E. Rose, in the survey of 2020, said that children with regular conversations about money with their parents are more likely to be financially literate. But because the society does not appreciate the financial education, but rather the academic education, the literacy of the children is failing. Number two, parents don't provide the right financial culture. You find a parent at home talking about, me as a parent, I'm struggling to get money. This will build a negative picture to the child from at a younger stage. So the child knows that if I'm supposed to get money, I'm supposed to strive, period. This child will grow up knowing that gaining my financial status is a hard thing. This is negative. You see, the Europe Times of 2nd October research says that the parents' words and attitude are very evident in the child's association to the topic in discussion. So when this parent discusses that gaining my financial status was hard, it is difficult, and it's going to cost me a lot, the negative impact is built on the child's brain. So let us all come together and take this role of saying that the parents are responsible for the financial literacy in children.
I would like to start. First of all, someone once said, teach me and I will learn. Involve me and I will teach me and I will remember. Involve me and I will learn. In front of you is Martin Rajoro from Kanga School, here to firmly oppose the motion that states parents are to be blamed for the financial illiteracy among children more than the education system. First of all, this is a scenario where there is lack of practical application. Let us take a look, for example, at our current education system, which mainly focuses on the theoretical work rather than the practical work. And this will mainly affect the students in their real day-to-day life applications. For example, students who are mostly taught financial problems or how to solve financial situations in classes theoretically find it difficult to apply it. Why? Because there are no practical work done that can help to this. Helen Keller once said, "Alone we can do little, but together we can do much." The current education system has failed to create room for collaboration with the private sector organizations and NGOs in promoting financial literacy. In a practical example, which in schools in rural areas, they cannot mainly afford things like workshops. They cannot afford mentors who can come and talk to their students. Why? Because they do not have adequate finances. And this is because they do not receive support from the government. Moreover, the government has also failed to inculcate policies and frameworks which play a crucial role in shaping the direction and effectiveness of financial literacy education within the education system. And now we all know that the strength of our nation derives from the integrity of the home. Now, in this comprehensive curriculum design, we find this is whereby the government has failed to incorporate financial literacy into the curriculum, majorly the practical work. And this leads to the downfall and the failure of a student in the future, because they will not be able to make financial decisions when they are alone. However, the education system also mostly has not taken part in providing resources such as textbooks and proper learning tools. Let's take, for example, the rural areas where most students do not have adequate textbooks for their schools. And why? Because the government does not support them in whatever they do. From that point, I would love to raise my case from there. Thank you.
Money is like emotions. It must be controlled to keep your life on the right track. A quote from Natasha Manson. I am Elifaza Berry from the great Nyambaria School, here to firmly and stand to propose the motion that says parents and guardians should hold more blame for financial literacy than our education system. Now, children from even the younger ages are known to emulate their parents, and in the process, as they grow to adopt their parents' behavior, if the parents do it often. The child thus learns through apprenticeship, and the parents' examples give them an extra push. Take, for instance, Vanessa Nelson, a writer, editor, publisher, and a stable giant business personnel, was influenced by the father. The father was an entrepreneur. In small factions, for example, his father was an entrepreneur in carpentry and store management. Take, for instance, Robbie Bethune, head of marketing, digital designer, a blooming business personnel. He says that his father played a big role, and in fact, not a big role, but a key role. Now, a question: why then should our education system be blamed that they're the ones who are failing us? Our parents are the ones who nurture us. For instance, if they teach us how to save regularly, then that's how we'll know how to keep our savings. Children, and not only children, but child, from their younger ages, are known how to emulate and to know how their parents do their things. Now, a mention was given that students have to have finances at rural areas. Now, why should that be a point? Because parents are there to nurture them, and thus has to lead them to know how to save their money. There, I rest my case.
Children, they have never been good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. My name is Samuel Msioka from the Kanga High School. ready to vehemently oppose the motion that says parents and guardians are to blame for the financial illiteracy among children in Kenya than our education system. In schools, we have children from different socio-economic backgrounds, each with unique financial realities. A standardized financial curriculum may not address these differences effectively. For instance, teaching about investment strategies might be irrelevant to students from low-income families. This one-size-fits-all approach can alienate students and fail to resonate with their lived experiences. This is one of the major reasons why I blame the education system on financial illiteracy among children. The world is changing. We have new innovations every day. For example, the cryptocurrency. We all know about it, but does anyone understand what it's all about? Isn't it the responsibility of our education system to ensure that there is a comprehensive curriculum where students can learn about these new norms and trends so that they may be informed about the changes happening around the world? My people, we should not linger and argue on who is to be blamed, because it is crystal clear that it is our education system. In the end, it's about preparing students for real life. Schools should equip us with the skills we'll actually use, not just facts and figures. You say that children acquire financial literacy from observing what their parents do. I want to tell you that when a child walks with his parent to Kigomba to buy clothes, and he observes how the parent bargains a blouse from 500 shillings to 170 shillings, that child gains a lot. Parents play a very crucial role in ensuring that children are financially literate more than this education system. The time for change is now, and we were the ones to optimize this change. So, change before change changes you. My name is Samuel Msiok.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I've taken my child to Gikomba. Who told you I shop in Gikomba? I shop in a mall. That is where I take my child, and my child picks a cloth worth 40,000. This is because I'll provide what my child needs, given a wrong example. Franklin Nyambani, representing the great Nyambaria High School, proposing the motion, parents are responsible for the financial literacy. You see, giving an example of the Kenyan education system as a way of improving their financial literacy is a little bit low-based, because the education system that is given in Kenya at the local stage is of poor quality. You cannot compare a child from an international school's knowledge on financial literacy to the one provided in a Kenya public school. That is a little bit not fair. So when I take my child to the Kenyan education system in general, I'm giving a poor education system. Let us all join together to propose the motion that these parents are responsible for this financial literacy. Thank you.
Let me first of all start by telling my fellow competitor that one thing that you should note, you are not the only one in the country, because you cannot tell us that you take your child to a mall and shop, while there are also other people who are suffering in rural areas who are not in the same financial background the same as you. Martin Rajoro from Kanga School, here to firmly oppose the motion. Parents certainly play a role in the children's financial education. The current education system bears a greater responsibility for financial literacy among children. By integrating financial literacy into the curriculum, leveraging professional expertise, providing equal access, and utilizing the structured learning environments, the education system can equip students with the financial knowledge and skills they need for success for the future. Addressing financial literacy requires concerted effort from schools to provide and enhance financial education, ensuring that all children are well prepared to navigate complexities of personal finance. Surely, I do firmly oppose the motion that states parents are to be blamed for the financial illiteracy among children in Kenya more than the current education system. Thank you.
Parents and guardians should have more blame for financial illiteracy than our education system. That is the motion that has just been discussed, and it was a good motion. And I would like to give the general comment, the overall comments on all our debaters. You have done a good job. You're all good debaters. I'll begin with Eli, quite composed and good command of the language. You also define the terms, but I think we also missed out on telling us what about the education system. The parents, they're actually to blame. You talked of financial literacy, but education system is also quite key. I thought that maybe that should also come out. And you also talked, you gave us points on lack of time, lack of knowledge. I would have wished that you would also give us some expounded details for us to have a better understanding of what you actually meant by that. But also, thumbs up, there was a relevant quote that you used, which was quite related to the motion. I'll go to Frank. Given good points, I also liked your stage presence, and you provided us with good points. Actually, there were also relevant quotes that you actually gave, which could actually help prove the points that you're giving. That is Eliphaz. You also quite gave out good points, but maybe if I mention what missed on Franklin, we needed, we didn't see more rebuttal, because that is also the role of the second speaker. You also need to cross-examine the other people, the opponents, before you actually give your points. I hope next time we'll remember to do that. And then Eliphaz, you gave the points, but you also needed to actually do the summary, but also good point, good work done. If I look at the opposition, that is the first one is Marita. You did the I didn't really properly get the definition of the terms, but good stage presence, and also the point that you gave were quite clear. If I look at Martin, I would say that I didn't get the rebuttal. I didn't see you actually cross-examine the opponent, but I like the point on the failure, the curriculum has actually failed to implement the financial literacy. It was a good point, but overall I say that it's a good debate, and may the team, all the best to the teams. Thank you.